We have another anniversary to celebrate way back to 1997, 23 years ago today, when Borussia Dortmund became champions of Europe for the first and only time, beating Juventus 3-1 in Munich. For more perspective on that match, we bring in Frank Leboeuf, who joins the show. Frank, in 1997, you would have been in the middle of your career. What do you remember about this Dortmund-Juventus Champions League final?
I remember a lot because I have to admit that I signed the summer before for Chelsea, but the year before I was supposed to sign for Dortmund, and Hitzfeld contacted me. But to make the story short, you know, the coach of Strasbourg, I had a discussion with him and said that I wasn't the right guy for Dortmund, so they signed Julio Cesar. We didn't play that final, by the way, but I was following that final because I thought that maybe I would have had the chance to play in that final. But life is like that, and I'm very pleased that I signed the year after for Chelsea. So I followed the final, and my friends, French friends, Zinedine Zidane and Didier Deschamps was playing that final, and it was a fantastic final. I mean, I think Juventus, especially the first half, dominated the game, but Riedel was on fire and scored 2 goals. It was a great final. I enjoyed seeing it, and it was fine and nice in a way to see Dortmund getting his first and only Champions League medal. But because Juventus is such a big club and has so many trophies, that it's nice to share a little bit with others.
Ale, that Juventus team played in 3 straight Champions League finals. Pretty impressive then that this Dortmund group were able to win it.
And Juventus were the favorites coming into this match. And I think this is when you have to pay attention to the mental part of the game and how things just kind of came together for Borussia Dortmund at the right time. If you consider that it was Juventus that were the favorites, and maybe it was Dortmund kind of saying to themselves, okay, it's us against the world. But then you think, okay, well, this game was played in Germany, and so maybe it's not us against the world. And then there's another aspect to this, that the fact that there is crossover between the 2 teams. In the starting 11 for Borussia Dortmund that day, you have 4 players that actually were former Juventus players in Reuter, Kohler, Paulo Sousa, and Andreas Möller. And so you cannot ignore the fact that there is an emotional component to this that kind of brought Borussia Dortmund together and say, you know what? We have a chance here. We're going to give ourselves an opportunity. And while Juventus may be the favorite and maybe they'll control most of the ball in the first half and they're going to create some chances, we're going to need some help. We're going to get lucky here on a couple of occasions where Vieri misses a chance here or misses a chance there. Zidane hits a post. But after that, Borussia Dortmund said, we're going to take advantage of our opportunities. And they made it so very difficult for Juventus. And when you thought that Juventus was going to get back into the match, Lars Ricken comes off the bench and scores a beautiful goal. And I guess underreported in this final is the fact that Alejandro Del Piero did not start this final and scores a gorgeous, filthy, nice little back heel and the near post there in the second half, giving Juventus somewhat of a chance. But in the end, Borussia Dortmund too good for Juventus on the night.
Frank, Ale mentions Juventus were favorites. Just how good was that Juve team of the mid-90s?
Well, that was clearly one of the best teams in the world. You know, when you see the names and you see the possibility that they had, especially at front, with players like Vieri, Boxic, Zidane, to name a few, you knew that Dortmund defense would be in trouble, and all teams in the world would be in trouble. But they had, I think his name was Klose in goal, and he was sometimes fortunate, but sometimes very well aware of what's going on. Sorry, and did very well. I think they handled the game pretty well, even if again Juventus had most of the chances in the first half. Vieri scored a goal. It was denied by the referee for the handball, when obviously it wasn't. It was the ball who came to the hand, but it's true that Juventus, we all knew before the game that Juventus will dominate the game. But as Ali said, Dortmund had something special in their heart, maybe will push them to go further and to get that trophy. So it was again a nice final, because you know it's always nice when you have a fairy tale and you have one team who never played in a Champions League final and win it again against somebody very big who was clearly the favorite, but for one night didn't get it.
Okay, guys, enough about the match. Frank, I want to know what the Strasbourg coach said that made Dortmund not want you anymore.
Well, I didn't have good relationship with the coach. I think the guy was very, let's say, dictatorial, and I was playing football because I liked it, because I enjoyed it, not because it was a kind of an army system. And I told him that way, and they didn't appreciate it. And he played, being younger, he played for Stuttgart. It was Gilbert Gress, and he played with Hitzfeld. And when Hitzfeld called him to know better about me, my agent already told me that Hitzfeld was very interested about me coming to Dortmund. That coach called the other coach, and Gress said, no, he's going to put a mess in your dressing room. He's not a good person. He hasn't got a good attitude, and you shouldn't get it. And Hitzfeld said, okay, I don't want that. And bye-bye, Frankie. So I stayed 1 year. The coach was already sacked, but he wanted me to have a part of his sadness, I think. I have a regret, even if the year after, again, I stayed for Chelsea, and I won so many things with Chelsea that I'm very happy to. But yeah, an experience in Germany would have pleased me, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.